Hey y'all, here we go, video number 2. I just finished making a video on my nails. Here's what's on my nails. I did explain that I am now making, I did see, I know it's not new or anything, but I just figured it out, so it's new to me. I figured out how to make my own nail art, kind of like water decals. If you watch my videos, I have a lot of, things like this. So now you can, I figured out how to make them myself. And if you watch any videos and you see people saying, no, you have to use wax paper or anything like that, I am here to say that you do not have to use wax paper. I use a commissary brand 99-cent, freezer bag. As you can see, I still have some that I did not use. They're still stuck, to this. So yeah, it's 1,000,001 videos. I would say Google nail art plastic Ziploc or storage bag. It is Sunday, so we do go to church. On my lips is this Ruby Kisses, which is my favorite plum lipstick. I also have the lip liner. I do have makeup on, but this is a church face, so, I'm not gonna do, more, something that's for the nighttime, for the house of the Lord. Okay, well, I have stalled enough, so I'm just gonna get into it. Pretty much what happened, the reason that I stopped making videos for a while is because my mother passed away. If you watch any of my videos, you know that like when I was doing reviews and stuff, you know that my mother and my nieces came to stay with me for the summer. Which, side note, I have 2 nieces, which I said that, but I will have a nephew hopefully today. His mother, my brother's baby mama, she's still yet to go in labor. She's over a week overdue, so yeah, so they are inducing her today. So, but yeah, so my nieces, my mom came to stay with me for the summer. So if you watch any of my videos, you already know that I'm extremely close to my mother. November, everything was normal. If you watch any of my videos, like when my husband came home from deployment, stuff like that, if it's something that I know that, I got to go out of town, like when I was, when I went to pick them up from Georgia, because they stayed the summer with me, and when I took them back home, I made videos, in my videos, I said, hey, I'm going to be gone for a couple of days or a couple of weeks or whatever. So, of course, I made a video and I was like, all right, y'all, I'll see y'all next week. And yeah, next week I never come, and here we are, let's see, almost 5 months later, and I'm just making a video. November, my husband and I, was doing our regular routine. Got a call, and it said that my mother was very sick, and she was going into, they were trying to get her to go into the hospital. My mother's not really a hospital person. So she went into the hospital. We left and went home that week. When I got there, she was in the hospital. She was released, and she was right back in the hospital a couple of days later. My husband had to come back home because the leave, was only so long. So he came back up here, and I stayed down there. I ended up staying in Georgia for 2 months, taking care of my mother. Like I said, if y'all hear something, I didn't say this in this video, but if you hear something, it's my husband. He's playing NBA 2K15 on his Xbox One. So if y'all hear something, it's him. But I ended up, let's see, from November to January, well, from November to December, she went into the hospital 3 different times. Like I said, I stayed with her. you know, because that's my mother was my best friend. You know, of course my husband's my best friend, but my mother and I, our relationship, you know, my mother was a single parent. I was the only girl. So all my life, my mother has always been like extremely close to me. So, you know, she goes in the hospital. I take clothes out there. I stay to the hospital. You know, if she, you know, whatever she needed done, you know, the nurses were showing me how to do stuff and, you know, different things that didn't require, you know, didn't require a lot. You know, like not, you know, giving her medicine and stuff. But hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. Like I said, nephew coming into this world, so I got to keep my phone right here because I told my brother to, you know, to get with me. Hold on. Hold on. So I went ahead and, you know, I was perfectly fine with staying. December 28th, she went into the hospital again. And by this point, my husband had come back. You know, he came back. You know, we spent Christmas together. We didn't spend Thanksgiving together because you know, he was up here. I was back home in Georgia. So she went in the hospital December 28th. You know, I was, as always, I was optimistic. I'm thinking everything is, you know, going to be okay. January 2nd, you know, my husband's leave, you know, was up again. And I was just going to stay in Georgia. I was like, well, baby, I'm just going to stay with mama, take care of her. He was really wanting me to come home. My mother really wanted me to leave. You know, she was like, no, you've been here long enough, because I had been there 2 months taking care of her. She's like, you know, you've been here. You're not, you know, you're my only daughter, but, you know, you're not my only child. Plus, you know, she was telling me I have a mom, I got sisters, stuff like that, you know, so you can go home, you know, just take a break. You need a break. I wasn't hearing that. I didn't want to leave. My husband had to call our bishop, and, you know, and they eventually taught him. My mother got mad. She got really mad because I was saying I didn't want to leave. But, you know, they had to, you know, pray me away. When I say pray, I mean, I do mean that. I mean, it took some prayer because I was like, no, I'm not leaving. You know, so I eventually left. Like I said, I left January 2nd. Around like January 7th, somewhere up. The course of treatment, like that they said, they pretty much told us that she was going to be in the hospital for a little while. But I don't know. You know, honestly, I just feel like, you know, God was, everything happened for a reason. Because it seemed like as long as I was there, I was, you know, on top of everything. Even, you know, the doctors, the nurses. When I left, when things started to go downhill, you know, they was asking, you know, where's her daughter? And one of the doctors, this lady did not know us from a hill of beans, but she took time and said, you know, told my grandmother, told my brother, my younger brother, they was like, well, you know, how is her daughter? You know, because, and this lady does not know me. You know, she asked them, she said, how is her daughter? Because, you know, that young woman has been here and she has taken care of her mother. She has made sure she has been on top of everything. You know, how is she doing? You know, so yeah. And while I was there, the nurses, you know, they would come in and they would tell my mom, you know, you have a great daughter. You know, your daughter's here. So So yeah, so my husband had staff duty. That's where you know, you have like 24-hour duty. Because it really had took a turn. You know, it was like it had went downhill, my mother's condition. And I was going to just go ahead and get on a bus and go, because, you know, my husband couldn't just leave. But my head was saying that, my heart was like, no, because if something happens and I'm on a bus by myself, you know, I'm going to lose it. So I ended up, you know, I had talked to my mother. I talked to her, and then I talked to my aunt them, and I told them that, you know, I was planning on coming home that Monday. So he had staff duty on Friday night, the 16th. Saturday, January 17th, I woke up. I had a missed call from my aunt. No, from my brother, from my younger brother. I had a missed call. When I woke up, because of the dream that I had, when I woke up, I already knew something was wrong. I already knew it when I woke up, and she was gone. Yeah, so, I mean, I'm just gonna be honest. It's not, I feel like until you have lost a parent that you are extremely close with, because, I mean, this is nothing against nobody, but, you know, sometimes you have a parent that passes away, and it's not like, yeah, that's your parent, but y'all ain't get along, or yeah, that's your parent, but they ain't been in your life, you know, all of your life. You really didn't know them or nothing. I gotta apologize. I woke up this morning with the worst head cold. But until you have really lost, you know, you have lost somebody that you are extremely close with, it's not something that anybody can, it's not something you can explain to somebody, you know, how you feel. Honestly, it's like, honestly, I feel like the weird and crazy part of it all is that people actually, I feel like people were expecting me to kind of lose it, if you will. Like, seriously, I'm not being funny. And I've had people even tell me, well, we know how close you was with your mama. But my thing is, when somebody passes, how I feel like you should do everything you can to honor that person. And, you know, like, really honor that person. And if I just lose it and go to pieces, I'm not really honoring my mother. Now, don't get me wrong. I have days. Oh God, I have days. You know, I have. But when I say I have days, in those days I have moments, because I do not let myself get to a point of just no return. You know, I look at, you know, I'm just gonna say it real quick. I look at people. I've seen people, you know, who has lost a parent or something, and they let that just define them, and they let that just take over their life. And, you know, it's not good, because, being honest, it can really take you to a low, like, seriously. But at the same time, my husband and I are true believers in the Lord. And one thing my husband told me, you know, when I was crying, and, you know, when I would be by myself, you know, we would be in the bed. Even once we got back here, after we went through the funeral, everything. Behind me is a picture. It's like a collage from my wedding. You can see the weight loss, my husband and mine. At the bottom, there at the bottom is my mom, me and my mother at my wedding. So yeah. But you know, my husband, you know, he was like, well, you know, when I would get to the point, you know, just crying and all upset, you know, he would always tell me, you know, well, baby, you got the Lord in your life. You got God in your life. And I would say, yeah. And he said, well, as long as you got the Lord in your life, you can get through anything. And that is my mentality. That's where I'm at. At first, you know, because I did make a video about PCOS. At first, I said I no longer wanted kids. But I'm not there anymore, you know. I'm not, because that's not fair to my husband. It's really not fair to me. And it's not what my mother wanted. My mother wanted me to have kids. But she wasn't one to like pressure me or nothing. She knew, you know, when I was ready. Which, the messed up, you know, like the irony in it is the day before she went into the hospital, we had just went and talked to the fertility doctor that day before she went into the hospital. The first time, way back in November. So yeah. So yeah, that's, you know, that's where I've been. You know, I am somebody who, I'm all about family. I prioritize, and when my mother went down, you know, I was there being her nurse, being, you know, cooking, cleaning, you know, doing whatever she needed me to do. New Year's, we brought New Year's in together. New Year's is a day that so many things happened on December 31st. That's a day that I will never forget. So yeah, I don't want to talk about that stuff because it makes me emotional, but in a good way, not in a bad way. Like, that was December 31st. Other than my wedding, that so far, you know, until God blessed my husband and I with some kids, December 31st will go down as one of the best days of my life. So yeah, but yeah, so yeah, y'all, that's where I have been. So yeah, that's where I've been. Unfortunately, all of our shows, you know, y'all, I'm trying not to be emotional. I'm trying to hold on to this face a little longer, even though I ain't going nowhere. So yeah, I'm just trying to be funny. So yeah, that's where I've been. Yeah, all of our shows are pretty much, I mean, I don't really feel comfortable. So yeah, I don't know, I'm gonna have to start doing something. Since my mother has passed, I was always into couponing. When my husband got deployed, I kind of slacked up because it was just me. And honestly, y'all, I really been halfway. I mean, I was spending maybe $100 a month on food, if that. But now, you know, one thing that I have really just thrown myself into to kind of get, you know, keep my mind off stuff is couponing. So I do coupon a lot. I am actually trying to find me a little work from home job. To kind of keep myself a little bit busy. Nothing serious, nothing heavy, because my first priority is my marriage and taking care of my husband. So just a little something from home. Like I said, today is very bittersweet. You know, because my mother's not here, but you know, my nephew will be here. So you know, but I'm okay with that, you know, because I'm trying to be positive, y'all. I'm not a negative person. I try not to just sit up and be negative all the time. So in this also, I'm not trying to be just completely negative and blah blah blah. Like, I'm trying to be positive. I'm choosing to be positive instead of choosing, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I cry, like, you know, as you saw for yourself, I cry. But I feel like I'm not going to get to a place where I'm just stuck in that. You know, I'm just stuck in that feeling of depression, that feeling of, oh my God, my mother's not here. Because that's not honoring her. She does come quite a lot. She comes in my dreams. She's always in my dreams. I can never get her to say anything. Maybe one day she'll say something. Me and my mother, y'all, when I tell y'all, me and my mom was close. Me and my mom was extremely close, you know, so I still find myself, I can be in here in the house by myself and I'll see stuff on TV and I'll say, Mama, really? You know, I'll just, you know, and I'm not crazy or nothing. I know she's gone. You know, I know she's gone in the physical sense, but she's never gone for me emotionally. Never. So yeah. So that's all. Yeah. So I was just, you know, just letting y'all know what happened. You know, where I was. You know, and like I said, it wasn't that I just wanted to, but when I got that call, I wasn't thinking about nothing but my mama. And when I got back here, you know, because I got back home, we left on the 2nd and we stopped over. So technically I got back here on the 4th and she passed on the 17th, but I was away from her for 15 days. But in those 15 days, I wasn't thinking about, you know, I was still worried about my mama, you know, so I didn't make no videos when I first came home. And then once we got home, it really, it took me a while to just get to a point where I'm, you know, where I'm at now. You know, I, you know, shed a few tears, but, you know, I'm able to continue and talk. And, you know, and it's not because I don't love my mama. No, that's not it. No. It's just because I know me. And I think that so many people were worried. You know, even like I said earlier, the doctor, you know, was like, have y'all, how's her daughter doing? You know, because if you really know me, then you know the love that I have for my mother. I say have, not had, have. If you really know me. And I try to portray it, I you know, but yeah. So no, it's not because I don't love my mother or nothing like that. I think about my mother every day. I tell my mother I love her every night when I go to sleep. Sometimes I say good night, sometimes I don't. But that connection that we have is not gone because she's not here physically. So yep, that's us back there. Hold it down. Me and her. Yeah. So yeah, y'all, that's what happened. I don't know what video I'll make next, really. I don't know, because oh, I know what I could do. I kind of sort of thought about making a little video, because I made a crochet wig for Valentine's, you know, because my husband took me out of town for Valentine's. I had a good time. I had a great time. But I didn't want to have to worry about my hair. So I made a crochet, because my mother used to crochet my hair. Crochet hair into my hair. She's the only person I ever let crochet. Nobody else gonna do it. That was our thing. But I saw how to do it on, you know, make your own wig. Just crochet the hair in. It turned out okay. It was good enough to wear the weekend, but I'm gonna have to get, because for whatever reason it was the same company. I just wanted to have some color, so instead of getting the exact same 2 packs of hair, I got 1 pack, and then I got another pack which was the same color, but you know, with some highlights in it. Y'all, the pack with the highlights was, Lord, it looked like, honestly, it looked like 2 completely different damn companies had made this hair. I was so mad, like seriously, I was pissed, because it's a spiral curl type, you know, coil. Because I mean, look, you know, I don't wear straight hair, so I wanted to be like a fro, kind of like a curly fro or whatever, and I had to really tease the hair without the highlight to kind of sort of match, because the curl pattern of the hair with the highlight was, the curls was extremely loose. The curl pattern of the solid color, like the 1B or whatever, oh, that curl, it was like a candy curl, like a spiral curl. It was perfect. Yeah, the one with the highlight was like a deep wave or something. So I was so aggravated, but it worked for what it was. You know, it worked for what it was, for what we did, you know. So yeah, I had to give it to my husband, because he was like, this year, you know, my mom passing, and then last year Valentine's, he was deployed, so he said he really wanted to make this year special, and that he did. So yeah, y'all, that's one picture is my wedding cake, because we had to, you know, we're from the South, so we had I had my own, you know, that wedding cake. And then that what looks like purple and green is a jersey. He had a groom's cake. And then those, you know, it's him by himself, me by myself, the all the him and the groomsmen, me and my bridesmaids, and then of course me and my mommy. So y'all, I do thank y'all for watching. So yeah, like I said, I had my hair up, you know. This is a church face. I had my hair up. I'm in my house, so yeah. But as always, thank y'all for watching. I will be making videos. What? Mary Mary, y'all, just in time. The new season of Mary Mary will be starting shortly, so I will be making videos for that. Before Mary Mary, you know what, I guess we can make a little catfish video, because I watch catfish, y'all. We can make a little catfish video. So yeah, that's all, y'all. Like I said, I do thank y'all for watching. If you are still subscribed to me, thank you very much. Like I said, I didn't, you know, it wasn't that, you know, I just wanted to stop. It's just that life happened. Life took over, and yeah, so yeah. So yeah, this is me. I'm just making a video real quick. I will be uploading these tonight. But I do thank y'all for watching.